we have to get this right.
Yeah, we might be stuck here now.
Be very impressed if they get the rest of these piles in. That's already been underpinned before. Hello, welcome back to Rhino Weekly. This week is going to be an unusual one because we're still waiting for Brad to come back off his holiday, and Jamie himself has just left Portugal for his holiday too. However, we have two huge projects coming up. First and foremost, we've got our very first time screw piling. This is something we've never done before, so it'll be really interesting to show you that. It was very interesting to be there and see it. Following on from that, we also have a semi-detached house starting to finish on the foundations in Chorlton. And that one took place over 4 days. I was there for 3 days to film that as well. Without further ado, let's get stuck right in. Over to me. Huge day today. Screw piling is a completely different style of driving piles to what you've seen on the channel so far. Pretty much augering the piles into the ground. It's something that I've never seen before. It's also something that we've never done before. But we have to get this right. So without further ado, they're already on the way. I'm going to go and meet him there. 22 miles, 43 minutes, Knutsford. Let's go. And this is where we need to be. See a Rhino piling truck. Morning.
You'll never want to do another mile again.
We got 2 straps.
Yeah, sure.
Pull that out. Nosy bastard. Nice and peaceful when I came on you.
Thankfully got a fella called Alex who's come from the company that supplies these to explain how they work, give us a bit of an insight into what to do, what not to do, and a heads up on anything in between. I'm just digging out to underpin this side of this building. The subsiding is absolutely terrible.
It's bad for a bungalow, or
Yeah.
worse.
Have you? Yeah. Have you really?
The trees are sucking too much of the moisture out the clay.
Yeah.
Or coal mine or something. Could be anything.
I've still not found the bottom. The bottom might just be there. I don't know.
This hasn't been underpinned before, has it?
You should have gone through that scene to that scene. Needs to go down a bit. Still need the same with the topsoil leaving.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, there we go. Look at that precision.
Alright with the ball?
As far as I know, yeah.
One of the trickier parts of this screw piling job was the fact that it was an underpin. The reason for that is because you have to get the piles, one, as close to the building as possible, and for two, as straight as possible, which is quite difficult when you're using a digger. They literally had about an inch worth of room between the actual digger motor and the wall of the house, but it did end up working out in our favour because we managed to do it with the help of Alex, who came from the company that supplied it.
So we need to take it off now.
So you can go down a little bit further if you want. I mean, that's easy at that height. Is that full reach?
Yeah, straighten up, in towards the house. In a bit. Whoa, too much.
You'll always have a gap. That's what those plugs make up for.
This is his phone, yeah.
That's mine. So now the T-bar goes in the top of the pile.
Yeah.
And then the threaded bar goes through the T-bar and then through the bottom plate.
So you don't cut that down, you just leave it as it is?
You can leave that as it is. This is the problem. It's fine with underpinning brackets, you don't need these bolts. But when you're doing like a normal pile,
About that much room away from the wall.
You don't do that bracket, that might be down there.
Right, so let's go through the plan. What do I need to grab when I'm there?
You got van key? Where's the van key?
Just so everyone else and me knows what's going on.
Van, what you need?
Have you got airlines, Chris?
Yeah, I've got airlines.
Got airlines. You just need the comp, clay spade, breaker. Right, see you in an hour.
That's just a clip on the back. That one's just clipped.
Yeah, that was clipped on.
Smile.
Has it not got like a fitting on the top? There we go.
I had to borrow the van to nip back to the yard to go and get the compressor and 2 small breakers. So we've got 2, we've got one small and one bigger one to break out the larger chunks of pre-existing concrete, which is the initial, what we think is the reason for the subsidence section here. It looks as though this house has already been underpinned before. So it looks like the previous underpinning job has failed again, right Chris?
Yeah. All I've done is added more weight.
The weight of the underpinning job from the past is actually pulling the building down rather than holding it up. Underpin bracket. These are both to set. Initially, we had the help of the guy, so he was here to explain everything to us and also show us physically how to do it, which was really helpful.
Because we bought the whole kit off, he volunteered to come up and show us.
That's good, that.
So he's going to charge us for that.
That's brilliant. Not to mention the labour and the knowledge, like that's probably equally as valuable as having the kit, I'd say. Because the bottom of this underpin isn't flush, so that the, what's it called? Underpin bracket, that's what he called it, yeah. The underpin bracket needs to slot under there and it needs to be flat underneath, like a traditional footing would be. It isn't, so that's why I had to go and get the compressor, clay spade, and then 2 breaker bars. So hope you enjoyed your little adventure. Courtesy of Chris. What's up? He's just filling your hole up.
Cheating that!
Fucking spanner. You have to fucking do it from the bottom. You need a to wind them down, don't you? So all the excess of the bars on the bottom, and then for the last, whatever depth of the socket is, that's the bit that you tighten it up.
Yeah, well, that's one of the questions I said to him, but he said, if you're casting in concrete, realistically, it doesn't matter, does it?
You come straight here, I'll go park low, get the sockets and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you're where?
There you go. Screw piling for the first time. Not nearly as complicated as we first thought, really. It's pretty much what I was expecting. It's pretty much what they were expecting, and Chris has actually done some research himself to come to the conclusion that it wasn't going to be that difficult for him to get his head around, because he's obviously done the research on how it's typically done. So that was a huge help from, well, for him and from him, knowing what he was doing. So yeah, on to the next one. They're going to be on this job for a few working days, I think. I think the project, I'll be coming back next week to capture some further progress on it. In the meantime, that's a day for me. See you next time. First ever time doing screw piling was on Thursday. There has been a full day's work since visiting this site. We managed to get 2 piles driven to set. On Friday, they managed to drive the rest of the piles. So today they're going to be shuttering it all up. We'll have a look at the brackets that they've made and concrete this afternoon.
Here they are. Getting concreted today then? Everything. All done? Well, that's what I heard, so that's why I'm here.
Where would we be without the awesome cameraman? So I'll be scared, like, I can't leave Keenan.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I am pretty good.
Nice trumpet you're blowing.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying that's done, Phil, you're saying that's done.
Concrete fixes everything, Christopher, we know this. It's proven.
It does. I'll put it to you like this, Phil. If it were your house, would you be?
Yeah, I'd be done with that. Yeah, I'd pay for that. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
This is where the spanner swings round now and it's me in the testicles. See it rise up then?
So as Phil mentioned, did you see it rise there? What he was talking about was the foundations lifting back up to where they needed to go. The foundation had sunk like this. Once you drill in those underpin brackets on the screw piles, it lifts the foundations back up to where it needs to be. So just a little bit of clarification there.
I didn't want that thread to come through.
You sort of have to fiddle with them a little bit to get them to do what you want to do, right?
What do you make of screw piling then compared to your traditional mini piling?
I like it, but like the guy said, because we've started doing underpinning rather than starting foundations from fresh,
Yeah.
it's kind of thrown us in the deep end a bit. I'd rather just start a foundation from fresh with screw piles and do it that way.
Yeah, because then there's no brackets, there's no underpin brackets, there's no...
It's just simply screw it in the ground, cut it to level like you normally would with piles, and then put a plate on the top,
Yeah.
And then put your steel on top of that, and that's it.
And it just sits perfect, and then jobs are good.
Yeah.
Phil.
I'm over it, just getting this beautiful scenic shot, and then you just fart.
The great sounds of the countryside. Play on the digger, Chris.
What?
When?
Soon, lad.
Wondering.
Run out plying and my go to get some ply, we'll dig and dump it.
Are you going to go and get some ply?
Yeah, I can run and get some ply. There we go. We're off to Travis Perkins. Let's get another piece of plywood. They've started backfilling already. So filling this section that was originally vacant of anything, concreting this section here. Well, there's two reasons. One, you're going to fill the whole thing with concrete. It's going to cost more, take more, and we are in the middle of rural Knutsford, which means that there is a good chance that if a wagon were to fill all of these holes full, they might have to go back and get more. Second reason is, and this is the more important one, this has been underpinned before, and we suspect that the reason it began to subside again is the weight of the already existing concrete in there from the previous underpin job. So this is actually the third attempt at getting the foundations right without causing any subsidence. We can't vouch for the people who did it before us, but what we will do is try and make for certain this is the last time it ever needs underpinning. But yeah, so we're saving the customer money, obviously less concrete means cheaper, but also rectifying that problem for them. This will be a blistering success, especially considering this is probably the most difficult introduction to screw piling for these guys. We'll get this job boxed off and then we can say screw piling, not a problem. Screw piled underpin, not a problem.
You know, it's like I bought it from IKEA. Just need a chubby photographer to stand on it and...
Oh, a spider. He's hideous. 10 to 12, so absolutely heaps of time. 100% going to be ready for concrete. You might even be calling up to let them know they can have it earlier. With all the piles driven and all of the underpin brackets fitted in place, and then the shuttering also, we then had Rhino Concrete arrive using their new 10mm aggregate, which has been really nice and been complemented by all of our piling operatives. We also have a piling operator helping Kev on this particular occasion because Harry, his usual barrow operator, was on holiday to Turkey. So Jamie, our new starter, was trying his hand at some proper concrete graft. And that is our very first screw piling job complete. Concrete's all poured now. Second underpinning that this house has experienced. I'm going to give these guys a quick hand, putting the stuff away, and then we're done. So that was screw piling in Knutsford, our very first time doing it, and as you can see, Brad is back off his holiday. Welcome back.
Thank you. I am back. I've been to Croatia, been gone for about 10 days, I think, in total. It was a nice break, really nice country, never been there before. But back to the Rhino world, we are on a new job, which is Williston. It's for a new build house. Now, I personally did the site visit on this house, which is a rare instance. I think it's the only site visit I've done this year, and we won the job. But we didn't win the job because I'm that good. I am that good. We'd already basically won the job. It was about explaining what was required for them to prepare the job to the standard that we need, as well as just putting a little bit of confidence in them. The job itself is for a new build house. It's a good sized job. It had two designs on it at first. It had the original engineer's design and a design that we put forward from our engineer. And in the end, it's ended up with a bit of a hybrid between the two. Just from the client's point of view, number one, the most cost-effective solution ended up being a hybrid between the two, because their engineer was accounting for some steels that we didn't know about, so we had to account for them because we hadn't received that information. When we design things, we do it with the fact in mind that we keep stock of certain beams, and because we get them in bulk, we get them at a much better rate, which means we can then pass the savings on to the client. So in our yard, we've got hundreds of these beams suitable for extensions and new build and those sort of projects. So the hybrid between the two ended up being the one we did. So without further ado, let's go over to the Williston project and let's see how the guys are getting on with it.
It is Tuesday, and today I'm headed over to Sam and Liam's job in Chorlton. Get there, we should see some really good piling content, and we'll see Sam, who we haven't seen on the channel for a while, just because he's been away on holiday, and Liam, of course. Let's get going. Well, I can hear piling. What the fuck is going on here?
So like I say, you'd expect it to be a pile there and a pile in line with that leg.
Yeah. But so it's getting piles either side, one there, one there.
And
right.
one on that corner.
That's unusual, that. It's a bit of a unique shape anyway, isn't it, with this? We are in Chorlton-cum-Hardy. This is Project Williston. We're using 23 168mm piles. So they're going to roughly 3 meters on average. Most that they've had is 4.7 meters total. So the turnaround for this job should be really nice and quick for them. The deeper they go, the longer the lads are going to have to be here to drive these piles. They're just pulling the pneumatic mole out of the ground, and they're going to try and shift it over to this pile in the corner. While they do that, I'll send the drone up. This site has an extremely unique curved outer wall or gable, as you can see in this drone footage. Pile number 16, 17 about to go in, and after that one that's about to go in is set, 6 more to go. Going to put my wipers up on the windshield, that's very nice of them to do that. Been Liam that, 100% Liam. Could be anyone else. So the reason they're cutting the follower piles down to 1 metre rather than 2 is because they're getting a set, as I mentioned before, of about 3 metres each time, with the exception of this one here, which has gone to about 3.5. So that's how you tell if a pile's been set. If you achieve 10 millimetres over 10 seconds, then that's officially a set, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Hey Liam, smile. Aww, that's cute. Be very impressed if they get the rest of these piles in. They'll probably move it on to tomorrow and then do the cages the same day, because they're here tomorrow anyway to do the ring beam. So in the last 4 hours, these guys have successfully driven 7 piles, 6 to go. Also simultaneously, just because there's an extra set of hands, managed to cut all of the piles down. Got over 40 metres of ring beam to tie in tomorrow, which means that they're probably not going to be able to get all those cages in the van in one journey, just because it simply just won't go in the van along with all the other equipment that they need for the job. I can't see a reason at this very moment in time why it can't get done, but we shall see. Hey, keep that racket down. So this is day 2, Project Williston. The difference between this time yesterday and this time today, I think it's better to just show you. As you can see, the ring beam's about 70% of the way there now. Liam's driving the second to last pile, while Sam, who's stood next to me right now, is tying in the ring beam. The ring beam will be completed today. And then tomorrow, we've got Rhino Concrete coming to finish this job, get it over the finish line. And Sam's pretty confident that the ring beam and the piling all be tied in, ready to go for tomorrow.
And after that, we'll sit them down bouses, tie them to the cage.
Do you reckon I should put L's on that?
The L's on it, you can't manipulate them as much as you can with a stride.
Bend the outside bar, couldn't we, a little bit, to a degree.
Yeah, just compensate for that.
Connect them.
Get that pile going.
Smiley face. You little cutie. Is that it? Last pile's driven now to set?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Lovely.
So we've had to put one here, and one there. There was originally on the plans just one here, but as you can see there's a manhole under here. There's a drain that goes straight down from that, where this divot is,
yeah,
straight up there. But
okay.
We couldn't get a 168 pile next to it, so decided to put the 2 either side to counter it. The lads are just tying this cage in now. I'm going to be here first thing in the morning, sort of preparing for concrete, 9 o'clock.
we've got Rhino Concrete coming and delivering for this footing. Concrete day today. We have about 11 cubic meters booked for Project Williston. So we're gonna go straight over there. Look how nice the beam looks as well around that, the arch section on the gable. Yeah. That's good, that, isn't it? Come here. No, you're okay. Don't worry. I'm walking down the road now. I'm going to see if I can spot you and then I'll guide you in. We're going down there. Are you comfortable banking? Yep.
But as long as we get the furthest bits with the barrow done, then you can shoot most of that.
All plumb that, Sam.
Yeah, ready.
If I back up further, it'll run off the back of it and it'll push even further. If I
Fair
come
enough.
back further,
Do you need... All right. If you think that's best, then go for it. Let me show you a sky view of what we got. What's that? It's turned out half decent. Yeah, of course it has. You know why, don't you?
why is that?
Because I'm here.
So that's the Williston project. As you could see, there were some slight complications when we got on site, which Sam explained lovely about the manhole and how we added the additional pile so that we could bridge over the drain. But one thing that wasn't explained was, if you look back on the aerial shot, which Kanan did, very nice one by the way, you could see two pieces of shuttering appeared on two of the legs. And the reason for that is there was a drain, another drain, running through the rear of the property. So we put a shutter either side of it, a pile either side of it, and what this allows us to do is it creates a void between the two foundations where that drain goes, so then we're not covering the drain or putting a pile through the drain or anything like that. And then what the builder will then do afterwards, they will do their brickwork as normal, but when they come to that gap, they'll then just put a concrete lintel in below ground level, so you'll never see it, but it means that the brickwork then spans from one side to the other side with this lintel, and it's all below ground, and it means the drains don't have to be moved, and it's a really good but really effective solution when you come across drains in certain positions.
I really enjoyed filming it. I had a great time with Sam and Liam and our new starter, Rion, who's learning the ropes. All in all, I think it went really well, considering, as you mentioned, the problems that they faced along the way. But yeah, it's been a busy old time for us, hasn't we, while you've been away?
The best time for me to go away is when it's busy, because when it's busy, the wheels just keep moving. I could just do like a travel blog and then just not work anymore. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll have to glue like a blonde beard on and then just dye my hair blonde and just be like, hello everyone, my name's Brad.
And that's everything from Rhino Weekly.